G'day, I'm BRAK, this is the Breakfast Club, and today we're going to be looking at knobs, Painboys, and psychers.
It's the Breakfast Club.
G'day, how's it going? Yeah, another one in this series where we're looking at the data sheets and trying to have a look how they might play out on the field. I can't remember if this is the 4th or the 5th. It's getting somewhere around that number, but the numbers don't really matter anyway. This is more evergreen material anyway, and that's why they're sort of coming out. You're going to probably notice they're coming out every second day, and so we've got a few of these to come through. Get stuck into it and have a look at these rules. Hey, it's BRAK here, and I'm recording this a couple of days later. I have seemed to have made some boo-boos. I've misspoken on a few things when it comes to talking about devastating wounds and the anti-rules. I've used the term critical hit or devastating hit when I should have meant wounds. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, so hopefully this little insert here will fix all that. So maybe when you're scratching your head, you'll go, aha, he said something like that earlier. All right, let's go and talk about these rules. So yeah, very mixed bag this lot, but we're going to start off with the knob on Smasher Squig, which I personally think we're going to see a lot of him because he can do some fantastic stuff. But without much further ado, let's get into it. He can move 10 inches. Toughness 7, save 4 up, 5 wounds, leadership is 7, so the same as mechs and big mechs. OC of 2, that's pretty good. The core is a feel no pain of 5+, and he is a leader. So he doesn't have any invulnerable saves, but he there. Who can he lead? Squig boys. No real surprises there. What is his abilities? While this model is leading a unit, each time that model makes a unit of melee attack, add 1 to the hit roll. So very similar to some of the war boss rules there, which is nice. You want your Squig boys to get in and do that crumping. Hunt them down during the battle round in which you call a war. This model's Big Chopper has the anti-monster 3+ and the anti-vehicle 3+ abilities. So that means if you're rolling a 3+ when you're wounding, that's a critical hit. That is huge. That is amazing. Devastating. So that's, and critical hits are mortal wounds. Okay, let's have a look at the range weapons. It's a slugger, so no big deals there. Actually, this is the first time I've done this one. So a slugger has, it's 12-inch range, 1 attack, ballistic score 5+, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Now to the melee weapons, the Big Chopper. It's anti-monster 4+ and anti-vehicle. So when it's outside the war, it gives critical hits on a 4 up. That's good. Weapon skill 3+, so hitting on 3s, causing critical wounds on 4 up. That's massive. And strength 7, AP 1, damage 2. Devastating wounds are probably the biggest thing in this game. Smasher Squig Jaws, extra attacks. So yeah, you've got to get 2 extra attacks with him, 4+, strength 6, -1, damage 2. So nice. So you do get 7 attacks all up. 5 can be really, really good. 2 can be good. Knob on Smasher Squig, what's he worth? 75 points. Knob with War Banner, 6 inches. Toughness 5, save 4+, wounds 3, leadership 7, so that's not bad. OC 1, he's a leader. And what can he lead? Or who can he lead? Boys or knobs? Boys or knobs. So, okay, that's what he can lead. So what does he do? Once per battle at the start of the round, this model can use this ability If it does until the start of the next battle round, this model unit gains the benefit of the war ability as you call the war this battle round. Sorry, a war. Not a war, a war. It's the same thing. They just have, orcs have a different accent, don't they? Okay, so yeah, war, so we'll go back to the war rule. Once per battle, you can call it, it makes you charge and assault, you get extra hits, strengths, it's really good. You also get extra things for the OC, and you get a 5-up invulnerable save for that turn. This just means you get another chance of that. So we're going to see the war rule is a really good mechanic. Orcs are going to use it a lot, and this means we get a second one. So you're going to see there'll be a lot of novel war banners. And the boss is watching. While this model is gaining the benefits of the war, the ability has a 4+ invulnerable save. So the unit that he's in, and him, gets 4-up invulnerable save, and has an objective control characteristics of 5. So maybe when you want to call that, have him on an objective. So if you're going to calling away, you want to get in, so you can sort of target someone who's already your enemy's controlling objective. Get in there. Hopefully, you'll knock some of their guys out, and he'll have 5. He can have objective control characteristics of 5, plus all the other little guys you're with. Add them all up. Bob's your uncle. You've won. Range weapon, custom shooter, rapid fire 2, 18 inches, 4 attacks. So you get up to 8 attacks if you're close at 9 inches. BS 5+, strength 4, damage 1. So he's just a little better slugger. Melee weapon is the War Banner. It's got 3 attacks, weapon skill 3+, strength 8, AP 2, 2 damage. Nice for helping getting rid of some of those more beefy of the troops out there. And he's 70, so he's cheaper than the Nobon Smasher Squig. You really can't compare them because you want them for totally 2 different things. If you can afford the points, you'll probably want both. Next up, the Painboss. Not to be confused with the Painboy. The Painboss is one of the Beast Snagger units that came out in the last edition. And once upon a time, he was what used to call a HQ unit, but now he's not. He's just a character and a Painboss. Don't sort of do those sort of organisational things anymore. But let's have a look. What's he got? 6-inch move, toughness 5, 4-up save, 4 wounds, leadership of 7, OC of 1, feel no pain, 5+, one of his core, and he is a leader. So he is going to be giving him and his little troops 5-up, feel no pain. And who can he go with? The Beast Snagger boys. Okay, so while this model is leading a unit, that model in the unit has the Feel No Pain 5-up ability. That's part of the Doc Tools. Nice. And the Sawbones. At the end of your movement phase, select one friendly Beast Snagger character model within 3 inches of this model. So you might want to get him up closer, and he's probably unit closer to the bosses, even the normal Smasher Squig. Or the Beast Boss, and Smasher Squig, the Beast Boss on Squigosaur, or Mosrag. They're close because it will help him. That model can be healed and regains up to 3 lost wounds. Each model can be only healed once per turn. War Gear's ability, so that's the Grot Orderly. Once per battle in the command phase, if the bearer is leading a unit that is below starting strength, you can return up to D3 destroyed bodyguards to that unit. So you only go once, so if you've had a bad shot off the guys, then you can want to get some of those back, then you can, which will help with the crumping. He's only got one little weapon, and that's the Beast Snagger Claw. It's anti-monster 4+, and anti-vehicle 4-up, so he's a weapon skill 4+. Okay, where was I? Let's try this again. Melee weapon, the Beast Snagger Claw, anti-monster 4+, anti-vehicle 4+, which basically means if it's hitting on 4s, if it's wounding on 4s, it gives you critical hits which is basically mortal wounds. That's really, really good. Hitting on 4+, so hitting on 4+, critical wounds on 4+, strength 9, AP, negative 2, damage 2. Nice little damagey unit. Good little unit, that one. And he's only 70 points. So that's pretty good. Now the Painboy, the good old Painboy. Be nice if we got a new model for him because he's a little ugly. Although I do have like 3 of them. 6 inches, 5 toughness 5, 5 up save, 3+ wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 1. So nothing really new there. He is a leader. And who can he lead? Oh look, he can lead lots of things. Boys, knobs, looters, burner boys, and tank busters. So he can keep all this infantry, all his really good infantry, up a little bit longer and just give them that little bit of help. That's quite nice. So what does he do to his little troops? These dock tools. While this model's leading unit, the models in that unit have a field known ability of 5+. So that's good. That's nice and good. That means that they stay a little bit longer. Hold still and say, ah! I love some of those drills. Each time an attack made by this model with the Erdie syringe scores a critical wound against a unit, excluding vehicle units, that unit suffers D6 mortal wounds. And just for attack made with the Erdie syringe, D6 mortal wounds. Wow. I'm going to go straight over to see what the Erdie syringe does. It's anti-infantry 4+ and extra attacks. So it's got only 1 extra attack. But 4 up is a critical hit anyway, so it's another 4x. So it's an extra mortal wound, and precision, which means it can target characters. Power Claw, so it's a 3+ weapon, strength 2. Power Claw is a attacks 3, weapon skill 4+, strength 9, AP 2, damage 2, so a normal claw there. And now we'll go back to the war gear abilities, which is basically got orderly. Once per battle in your command phase, if the bearer is leading a unit that's below starting strength, you can return D3 destroyed bodyguard models to that unit. So nice, an extra possibly 1, 2, or 3. Whatever you got in there. Boys, knobs, which of those would be better to take? I suppose it really depends on what you want to do. Because he's got really good fighting abilities, I want to get him into things he can actually get into fray really quickly, better. So boys, knobs, burner boys would probably be my pick. Otherwise, if you got the looters and the tank busters, which will probably be back away and trying to shoot and not get into crump, it's probably wasted. And that's 80 points for the Painboy. So yeah, look, pretty good indeed. Okay, here we have the Weirdboy. Okay, now remember, there is no psychic phase, so certain psychic abilities can go off at different times, this is a very different mechanic that we've seen for a very long time. It used to be, right, I think 4 and 5 was sort of this way, but now there's no psychic ability, whether it's a good thing, no psychic phase, whether it's a good thing or not, don't know. Hopefully, yeah. Look, I think it's going to be good, which I think we've just got to get out of that mindset of the last edition and then get into this, and hopefully we'll remember. Okay, let's have a look. The Weirdboy. Move 6 inches, toughness 5, save 5 up, wounds 4, leadership 7, OC 1. The ability Deadly Demise, so if he destroys, he's going to blow up. Yeah, D3. Leader, he's a leader, so you can stick him with people And who can you stick him with? Boys. He only goes with boys. But there's a pretty good reason for that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the abilities. The War Energy. While this model is leading a unit, add 1 to the strength and damage characteristics of this model's Ed Banger weapon for every 5 models in that unit, rounding down. But while that unit contains 10 or more models, that weapon has the hazardous abilities. So let's jump over to the Headbanger. It's precision, so it can be used as to snipe. It's a 12-inch, 1 attack, BS4, so you got a 50-50 chance. Strength 6, AP 3, damage 1. If there's 5. If there's 10, it goes up to strength 7, damage 2. If there's 15, strength 8, damage 3, and 20, and because 20 boys is all you can have, that's strength 9 and damage 4. However, any more than 10, if you roll a 1, it's bad for you. Yeah, why not? That'd be fun. And because it is precision, you can have a look. It can snipe characters. They're not going to be protected by the, so that could come in handy. AP neg 3 can cut throughs. It'll be forcing people in most cases, it'll be forcing characters in most cases to take their invulnerable save. That's not bad. Bit of a payoff if you roll a 1, but you know, hey, that's just life in the big city, pal. And the other one is the jump. And so once per turn at the end of your movement phase, so you can move, you guys, 1 Weirdboy from your army can use this ability. If he does, roll 1d6. On a 1, that Weirdboy's unit suffers d6 mortal wounds. Ouch. On a 2+, remove the Weirdboy's unit from the battlefield and set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from all enemy models. So he can move, but he can also charge. Nice to do during a war, if you can't get close enough. Yeah, fun. The jump is great. So let's have a look at the melee weapon. It's just a Weirdboy staff. It's psychic, 3 attacks, weapon skill 3+, strength 8, AP 1, damage D3. So it can either be good or it can be not as good. Nice. Yeah, definitely want to take it for the Headbanger, and the jump's still a good. The jump is still a good mechanic to use in this edition. The WURBOY. Now you can take. He usually comes in a kill rig, but you can take this guy by himself if you wish. Hey, he has movement 6 inches, toughness 5, save if he's got a t-shirt, save even though he's not wearing a t-shirt. Wounds 4, leadership 7, OC 1. His abilities is the deadly demise, feel no pain 6+, and he's a leader. So if he dies, he explodes, but he does have the feel no pain for him. 6 up, feel no pain for him and whoever he leads, who is going to be the Beast Dagger Boys once again. Faction War. While this model is leading a unit, add 2 attack characteristics to the model's Eye of Mork weapon for every 5 models, rounding down while that unit contains that has. So in the Weirdboy, it was the Headbanger, and this is the Eyes of Mork. The range is less, it's 18 inches. It has attacks D6. So you might be lucky there. Strength 5, ballistic skill 5, strength 8. While this model is leading a unit, add 2 to the attack characteristics of this model's Eye of Mork weapon. So the attacks characteristics, so it's a 2 plus d6. 10 is 4. 15 is 6. 20 is 8, but that's 8 plus T6, so there's a lot of hits there. Yeah, and it's a lot of hits can be devastating. Unfortunately, it doesn't do the damage, but it can bring out a lot of hits. That's tough. That's really, really tough. And what else has he got? The Roar of Mork. The psychic power in your opponent's command phase. You can select one enemy unit within 15 inches and visible to the Psyker. Roll a d6. On a 1, the Psyker unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. Aww. On a 2+, until the start of your opponent's next command phase, each time a battle shock or leadership test is taken for that enemy unit, subtract 2 from that test. So that's good. So here's a little bit of a combo. In a previous video, we talked about the shock attack gun as a mechanism that gives battle shock. So you might want to go, I'm going to target him. And then you give that. Then you get the shock attack gun to do that, and it forces into battle shock. In battle shock, they can't do a lot of things. Especially control objectives is the main thing. So really good at helping you sort of snatch points by ensuring that they don't grab points. And we'll go back to the close. He's got a close combat weapon because he's doing nothing. It's just him and his little claws there. 3 attacks, weapon skill 3+, strength 5, damage 1. And the WURBOY comes in at 60 points. He's more expensive than the Weirdboy. I'd probably, if I was to think, I would probably take the Weirdboy. Yeah, if I had the points, I'd probably take both. But if it's going to come to push to shove, the Weirdboy over the WURBOy. But that's just my preference. Well, there you have it. So, look, I'm torn. If I could only take one, if for reasons I could only take one, I don't know which one. Probably not with Warbanner. Not with Warbanner, extra war. But I really can't see that being an issue. But if you could only just take one for whatever reason, the WURBOY is probably the better. They're all good. They're all really, really good. They're going to help your army so much. So I'm really enjoying all the orcs at the moment. There's going to be some great things, some great synergies out there, which I've really got to work out. I'm going to have a look at everything in more detail. Maybe I'll do some videos about that. But in the meantime, we're just doing this type of thing. I think next up, we're going to be having a look at battle line. So all the units that got the battle line keyword, and maybe 1 or 2 more just to throw in to make the video a little bit better. But I think that's coming up next. So, what do you think? What of those units do you like the most? Any you hate? Comment below. Let's have a conversation. But until the meantime, if you are going crumping, remember you've got to bash early, bash often. Wah!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe and share, and also press that notification bell so you get to see more of my videos. If you want to get social with the BRAK, well then, down in the link below, there are all those wonderful platforms that I'm on, and there's even a few where you can donate to, like Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. Once again, thanks for watching, and catch you later.